Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life here, and this is going to be my review of Thor Ragnarok, directed by Taika Waititi and starring Chris Hemsworth, Idris Elba, Tom Hiddleston, Mark Ruffalo, Kate Blanchett, Tessa Thompson. The list goes on and on. Ragnarok tells the story of Thor, and after a series of unfortunate events, he ends up being enslaved, and he ends up having to be in a gladiatorial battle against his friend from work, Hulk. And of course, he has to find a way to escape and get back to Asgard, which is being attacked by Hela, to try and save his people and save Asgard from ruin. So Thor Ragnarok. I feel like I've been waiting to see this movie for more than a year, even though it's just really been a year. I was so excited to go and check this out, and I was able to see it at IMAX, which was awesome because the visuals in this movie are amazing. The director here, Taika, am I saying that correctly? Yes, Taika Waititi has done an amazing job. What We Do in the Shadows is one of my all-time favorite movies, and I was really excited when I heard he was behind the lens. And like I said, he does a fantastic job with the visuals. This movie is one of the more colorful Marvel movies that are out there. If you put aside Guardians of the Galaxy, this is like the most comic book come to life film I've seen from Marvel ever, really. And what they managed to do here with the action sequences, which are gorgeously shot, and with the world building as well, was really stunning. Story-wise here, this is not your typical mythological version of Ragnarok, even though they do draw from that. This more is a Thor we've never seen before. They kind of throw away the book on who, I guess, you think of Thor as the god of thunder, and they've never really done much in terms of his personality and who he is, the core of who he is. We got a lot more of that here, and Chris Hemsworth really shined. He showed his comedic chops, which we saw in Ghostbusters, but he really got to stretch those muscles here, and he did a wonderful job, as well as everybody here. I really can't say that any of the cast members were terrible. Everybody brought their A game to their characters and seemed to be having a really good time with the movie. And from what I understand, there was a lot of improv, like a lot of improv in this film. And for the comedy, it worked, most of the time, but we'll get back to that. And like I said, the pacing is great. I enjoyed Kate Blanchett as Hela a lot. I mean, granted, she's still not the best Marvel villain that we've ever gotten. And I think Marvel struggles with finding that balance of humanizing their villain, so to speak. The only one they've ever been able to really pull it off with is Loki. And that's because, we get to see Loki from film to film to film. Tom Hiddleston has done an amazing job with that character, and he's here as well. And that story between Thor, that whole brotherly love-hate relationship they have, that continues here. But of course, what everybody wants to know about is Hulk. And we finally get a Hulk that can speak. And not only can he speak, but he's so much fun. Every line written for Hulk here was on point and was funny. His delivery was funny. And granted, yes, it is CGI, but it was really well done. I love the design of this Hulk as well. I think they've always improved on what Hulk looks like from film to film to film. And I like this Hulk. He's almost like a bratty teenager. And it works. It works for the character. Now, all said and done, they do borrow from Planet Hulk and World War, well, not so much World War Hulk, but Planet Hulk, for those who've read the comics, but it's very light. So if you go in expecting a lot of that, you're going to be disappointed. It's really very, very comedic. This film has a very comedic tone. There are action sequences, there are dramatic moments, but the focus is mostly on the comedy and keeping it light and breezy. And this is where I think the movie somewhat falters. It's that when there are dramatic beats, when there are emotional moments, this is when this film suffers, because there's so much comedy. As a matter of fact, you will have something very serious happen, a very poignant moment, and right after they'll have some joke, somebody will crack a joke, and So what came before, you have no time to process it. You have no time to switch gears emotionally. And it's just laughs, really. And while a lot of the comedy was fun, some of it fell flat for me. Some of it felt a little bit cheesy. And so not all the jokes landed for me. I did find like some of it was too drawn out, like they would almost beat a joke over the head. And that's where improv is not always a good idea. But overall, it's a really good film. I don't think any fan of Marvel will dislike this, like, or maybe they might dislike it, they will not hate it, because it is a solid Marvel flick, and I give them props for trying and doing something different, giving us something different. It'll be really interesting to see where they take Thor now that they've done this to his character, because there's a lot of change in this movie. I don't want to give anything away, but there's a lot of changes in this movie, and I'm curious to see who else, like a new director helming, if they will revert Thor back to being more serious, or if they will keep this side of him. But I really enjoyed this version of Thor and of most of the characters here. Like I said, the emotional impact, there is some seriously emotional moments here that just don't resonate, because it's one laugh after the other and you have no time to really process the importance of that scene. And I think the movie suffers for it a bit, but overall, Thor Ragnarok, it's a good movie, and I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5. I have to see it again, so my score might change over time, but as of not right now, I'm gonna give Thor Ragnarok a 7 out of 10. And it's in theaters now. I highly recommend checking it out in IMAX if you can, because it's shot with IMAX cameras, so it looks really amazing on that screen. And that's about it. So until next time, guys, bye bye.